Hi, I'm Stacey and welcome to my Book Nook. And today we're going to be doing my July TBR. So I haven't been very well recently, which is why I haven't put anything out. And I also have been contending with the dog. So I've got quite a lot to catch up on. So apologies for that. But let's just get into my TBR. And I actually played my TBR game. So let's show you the roles. Please excuse the shoddy camera work, I don't have much time to do this. So let's start with roll 1. And we've got a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's priority TBR. Okay. Roll number 2 is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a TBR vet or something I've been putting off. And then I've got a 1. So that is a thriller or horror. And a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a sci-fi. That was a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another thriller or horror. Okay, that rolled off the screen, but it was a 2. So 1, 2. That's a colour pick, so I'll have to do that later because I don't have any sweets again. Okay, so we'll just do a spinner wheel maybe. Hopefully this is the last roll. Yes, it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, perfect. So my M space. Don't mind the dog, she's making a lot of noise. For my M space, I'm just going to pick from this jar. So here we go. Okay. See if I can unroll it one-handed. Okay, so it says weapon on the cover. Okay, so that's it. That's all my rolls. Okay, so you'll have seen the rolls, you know what happened. So let's go. Let's go. So the first one that I have is priority TBR. And I'd like to say that I will be going to YALC, which is the Young Adult Literature Convention this year, which is in November. So I've kind of changed my priority TBR, and now it's going to include authors that I would like to read that are going to YALC. So my first one that I really, really want to read, and it was on my anticipated releases, is Threads That Bind, and this is by Kika Hatzopoulou. And this one just sounds so up my alley. I'm so excited. So let's read it. In the city of Elente, the descendants of the Greek gods live alongside mortals. Io is descended from the Fates. She can see threads, shimmering lines connecting people. When a relationship is formed, a new thread appears. When a person's life thread is cut, it's their time to die. One night, Io is a witness to a violent, mysterious murder, along with Ide, a member of the dangerous mob who rule Elente. And what Io can see immediately, although Ide cannot, might be Edi, I don't know, is that there's a bright silver fate thread connecting them. This boy is her destiny. Io and Ide are thrown together to solve the case, and as Io grapples with secrets lurking beneath Elente's surface, she must decide whether to embrace her fate and give in to her growing desire for Ide, or whether to cut the thread and set him free. It sounds really cool. It's basically a murder mystery, kind of noir vibes, and also Greek gods, so I'm all in. This sounds great. One of my other options for it is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandanna. And this is about a witch who goes to kind of teach these 3 other young witches. And it's a cozy mystery. It's got vibes similar to House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. And I've talked about it before, so that's all I'm going to say. But I'm excited for this one. And Sangu Mandanna will be there. So that's those. I also would really, really like to read The Final Strife by Saara El-Arifi. I don't know an awful lot about it, apart from that it's like epic fantasy, so I'm all in. And also The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon I am really wanting to read, because I don't know if I'll read Priory, but I will read The Bone Season. That seems more my thing. So yes, those are a couple of examples of the ones I would like to read. So we'll see what happens. So my second role was a TBR vet. And what I've kind of decided to do with this is maybe combine it with some of my other roles. So this one is kind of combined with sci-fi. I want to read Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline because I've read, also it's got really cool edges. I've read Ready Player 1 and I enjoyed it, and I've heard very not great things about this, but I really want to see what I think. So I could read this. Alternatively, this is a book I borrowed from my sister and I need to give it back because I've had it a while. So I might get around to this one, which is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. And I'll just read you the back of it because it's really short. Oh, and also this one is a sci-fi and it carries on from the world of Ready Player One. Okay, so this one. Every morning, Melanie waits in her cell to be collected for class. When they come for her, Sergeant Parks keeps his gun pointing at her while 2 of his people strap her into the wheelchair. She thinks they don't like her. She jokes that she won't bite, but they don't laugh. It doesn't tell you a lot. My sister said that she couldn't quite put her finger on the genre, but came up with like a thriller kind of thing. So we'll see. One of those I expect. Hopefully I will get to. Role number 3 was a thriller or horror, and for my book club this month, we're reading The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. And I don't know what I'm going to think about this. Other people have already started reading it, and there's mixed reviews so far, so we'll see. This one says, this is the story of a murderer, a stolen child, revenge. This is the story of Ted, who lives with his young daughter Lauren and his cat Olivia in an ordinary house at the end of an ordinary street. All these things are true, and yet some of them are lies. An unspeakable secret binds the family together, and when a new neighbour moves in next door, the truth may destroy them all. Because there's something buried in the dark forest at the end of Needless Street, but it's not what you think. So that's very intriguing, and I'm really curious. Like, it doesn't give you much to go on. So this is actually going to be my next read once I finish the book I'm on, because I only have till the 20th to read this, and it's already the 2nd. So, yeah, this will be soon. Right, so the next role was sci-fi, and although I could still read Ready Player 2, I've also put Sea of Tranquillity back on here by Emily St. John Mandel, because it's really short and I'm so intrigued. We'll see if I get to it. This is also, yeah, it's a sci-fi, and it seems like one of those kind of more speculative sci-fis. I'm not going to go into it because I've gone into it before, so we'll put that down. Roll number 5 was a thriller or horror again. Got several that I could do with this. I could use the girl with all the gifts again, or I could read this one, which I've been wanting to read for a while, which is The Three Dahlias by Katy Watson. Now, this one sounds like so much fun, and I have read it, but it's basically about these 3 actresses who all have played or will be playing Dahlia Lively, who's kind of like Agatha Christie. So it's like a creation, and they're going to the author's house, and there's a big fan event. There's also a murder, and they have to band together to solve this murder, and it just sounds like so much fun. And I'm really excited. I really want to read this, and I'm kind of glad that it's put 2 thrillers on here because it's so weird, but it's summer, but I'm not feeling summery. I'm feeling thrillery. If I was feeling summery, it would be like cute little romances and things. Oh, okay. So the next roll was roll 6, and that was a colour pick, and I will insert the clip here of what it was. So as you can see, it rolled pink. So I've got a few for this one. I'll just mention them because I'm not quite sure which one I'll pick, and if I'll get to it, to be fair. But the ones that are really up there for me are Bunny and Lonely Castle in the Mirror, and also How to Kill Your Family. Those 3 are just up there. Bunny is by Mona Awad. Lonely Castle in the Mirror, I can't remember who it's by, I'll pop it down here. And then How to Kill Your Family, no, I can't remember who that's by either, I'll also pop it down here. I might pick one of those. And the last one was my end space, and we pulled Weapon on the Cover from the TBR jar. And there's only one for this one that I would like to read. It's Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. And yeah, you can. There's definitely a weapon on the cover, but if not, there we go. This one is an Arthurian legend kind of retelling, and that's about it, really. It's an Arthurian legend retelling. It's got these people called Hollowers who break into ancient crypts of dark sorceresses in search of treasure. And we're following one of the Hollowers. And then it's about a lot of things, magic, rings, and I'm excited to see how it goes because I actually quite enjoyed Lore by Alexandra Bracken, so I feel like I'll enjoy this one. Right, and that is everything from me. I know it's been quite brief, but hopefully that's fine. You can probably tell that I have been ill because my voice is not quite where it normally is. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.